Hello folks, welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to be testing out a new red dot for me. It is the Osight X. This is an item I paid for. I have it mounted on my GP100. One of the cool things about this particular red dot is this cap is actually the charger for this light. So this red dot has a rechargeable battery, and you just basically put it on and you'll see when you tap it, I think you guys can see that, or maybe not. Anyways, on the top it will be an indicator that tells you the charge state of the red dot battery. Now the footprint on this is like a Holsun 507C or the RMR footprint. So in order to mount on this pick rail, I had to buy, it didn't come with a pick adapter, so I had to buy a pick adapter for it. So you'll have to kind of experiment on which pick adapter will work, but this particular one was actually made by Osight, and it fits on this particular one. When I tried to fit it on my 686 competitor, which has the built-in pick rail, it did not fit. So you do have to experiment a little bit. Now on this side, there is two buttons, and the two buttons play multiple functions. Any of the button will turn on the red dot on. Has a plus or minus to increase or decrease the dim function, and if you do multiple sequence of pushing the button, it has actually 3 different reticles in this side. It has a circle, it has a dot, and then it has a circle dot combo, and that's what I'm going to be using. The one thing that drew me to this particular one is just the bigger sight window than what was originally on this particular one, but just for the bigger sight window, and then 2 was the circle dot reticle that I'm pretty interested in. Now for me, red dots, without my prescription glasses, it is blurry. I can barely see. I can see the dot, but it's not clear. So I have to wear prescription glasses for me to shoot a red dot. In the past I've said that I shoot better with the red dot, and so I prefer using red dot. The other thing about this, it does come with multiple screws, screw caddy when you purchase it. It also comes with a little screwdriver to adjust windage and elevation, and it comes with a power cord, and I think that's pretty much it. The charger uses a USB-C port, USB-C port. I use a magnetic charger type thing, so that's what I use. And it has a little button on the side here to kind of tells you what the charge state of the actual cap is. You can check out their website for the manual on the sequence of how you want to push these buttons to get to the different functions. So one of the functions it has is to scroll through the multiple reticles. 2, it has a auto brightness function that you can access, and it also has an auto on-off function where it's a motion sensing on-off function. So when it moves, it turns on. What else? And that's all that I can think of right now. The manual that it comes with comes in this teeny tiny font that I can't read, so I actually had to go to the website and download their PDF so I can enlarge the manual so I can actually read what it does. But if you check out the manual, it's pretty easy to understand. The functions do work on this particular one. So I've seen some of the other YouTubers who've reviewed this and had issues with it holding 0. You know, they did kind of, I think there was a couple of them where they actually dropped a rock on it. I paid for this. I'm not going to drop a rock on this thing. I can't afford to keep doing that to red dots. So anyways, let's get to shooting and see how this does. All right, folks. So I have a target out at 25 yards. I did paint a little red dot as my reference point. I am going to use, normally I just rough zero a red dot on my pistols. This one, I decided I'm going to go ahead and try to get it dialed in pretty darn good. I have my tool ready to go, and let's see. I could tell you right now the dot with my glasses on is pretty darn clear. The brightness setting, and right now it's overcast right now, and it's pretty good. I think I have a pretty steady hole. So let's get going here. This is a little weird for me to do it this way, but let's do it. Up. Hang fire. Let's do this again. Okay. High right. Let's do it one more time. Oops. What's going on here? Okay. So it looks like high right is where I'm at. So let's get the dot over there. Let's go. Okay, so now I got adjusted. Let's see if I've made enough of an adjustment to make a difference. Here we go. Okay, low. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Huh, looks like decent strikes. Anyways, let me load up again. All right, folks, load back up again. Let's see how it does. Pretty steady there. It's so awkward using this to shoot, so here we go. Low. Looks like it's grouping okay, but let's see what. Okay, so it's grouping okay, but on the low side. So let's make adjustments to elevation. And honestly, in terms of like click adjustments, the clicks for adjusting, I could barely feel it. So it's not like a positive click like a reticle. So here we go. And that's spot on. That's spot on. There you go. So looks like. All right, folks. So I have the target repainted. So let's shoot another cylinder and see if we hold zero. And I think we'll be done. So here we go. I will continue using the rest here. Aiming for that orange dot. Okay. Okay. That's, you could see me flinching. Uh-oh. Here we go. Not sure what's going on with my ammo. These are my reloads. And it looks like the dot is holding zero. Yeah, looks like it's holding zero. My ammo's not doing so good today. Let me throw in another cylinder full. Looks like only one didn't go off that time. So let's go and do another cylinder full and see how she does. So I got another cylinder full. Let's see how she does. Looks like it's holding at zero with the 357 Magnum. So let's get going. Yeah. That's, yeah. Yeah. All right. Looks like it's holding zero pretty darn good. So, initial impression, I like it. It's holding zero. My ammo isn't doing so well today. For some reason, I don't know what's going on. It's my reloads. So it might be primer, might be dirty in here, I don't know. But it's held zero to about 4 or 5 cylinders full of 357 Magnum. The reticle is nice and easy for me to see. I understand this is not a long-term review on this particular one. Just we don't know if the battery's going to last a long time or what. But anyways, I like it. It's got a nice sight window. The glass is clear to me. The functions on the buttons, pretty easy to use. I do leave it in manual mode so that I can control the brightness, I can control the on and off function, and which reticle I use. I prefer the circle with the dot reticle. It just gives me more things to have my eyes focus on. But based on what I'm seeing on the target, it looks like it's holding at zero right now. So anyways, hope you folks enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.